Hello, my name is Terry. This video will cover our Pythian Castle ghost hunt which occurred on July 23rd, 2016. The first clip was recorded on the second floor on the main stage area. There's a small room to the left of the main stage where all of the electrical outlets are controlled. We needed to switch off all the power for the evening to conduct the investigation, so I went into the small room. Before I could flick the first switch, an EVP voice was captured saying the word "okay." Pythian Castle is so large that it's impossible to maintain cameras in all the different rooms. So during each investigation, I usually will rotate and emphasize an investigation in a different room. On this investigation, I set up the majority of my equipment in the tower room. In the past, people have experienced different things inside the tower room. Several people, particularly women, have been scratched up there. Some have been pushed. A lot of EVP voices have been recorded up in this room. And some people have become rather sick or nauseous while they've gone up into this room.
There's the hand down. This is where I get pushed.
The following clip was recorded in the tower room. The people in the room appear to be completely unaware of what was recorded. The sound of a growling voice. And then this is followed by a voice that says, "Hurry." All of this is going on and no one is paying any attention to it. They're completely oblivious to what's going on. While I was up in the tower room, I was explaining to one of the people the advantages of having a live review audio recorder. On the camera that was running in the room, it recorded an EVP voice. It's that of a male, and it says the word "you." But this doesn't seem to match what we were talking about, or it might possibly be an acknowledgement that it knows one of us or both of us. But it could just be part of a conversation that we just didn't happen to capture.
It's a different animal. This one records audio like every other recorder, but it does one thing they don't do. It records it with a 5-second delay through earbuds, so you can hear what's actually been recorded on the thing, not a,
This clip was also recorded in the tower room. You'll notice a piece of equipment seen in the distance on the left with a red light. It's a Trifield natural meter. In this clip, you'll hear the sound of the Trifield natural meter being triggered. This is a significant hit because the Trifield natural meter is immune to all man-made forms of EMF. K2 meters can easily be fooled by cell phones and other man-made sources. The fact that this device is being triggered is a significant hit. This device should not be going off. The next clip is extremely interesting. Two women are in the tower room and they appear to be running a ghost app on either an iPad or on a phone. One of them is reading the answers and one of them is asking questions. What's significant in this recording is you will first hear an EVP voice speak. it says the name Gary. Then, shortly after this happens, you'll hear one of the women say the name Gary as she's reading it out on her LCD screen on the Ghost app. This is a significant hit because it's cross-verifying an actual, genuine EVP voice on her Ghost app device. The question remains, how did this device manage to come up with the name Gary, unless it was provided by the entity? This is one we can only speculate about. The fact that it said the same name a mere seconds apart from an actual EVP voice, saying the exact same thing, is astronomically small. Somehow this entity was able to manipulate that device to produce the name Gary on her LCD screen. Another thing we don't understand is these other things that are coming onto her LCD screen are not being heard in EVP form. So why did it choose this particular name, Gary, and omit in EVP form all of the other things that were showing up on her screen? Or is it that these devices produce random responses, that some of them are accurate and produced by the entity, but some of the answers may be just random? There's also a third possibility that the EVP voice spoken requires far more energy for the entity, and they cannot produce as many EVP voices as they can responses on these LCD screens. One of these answers is correct, but as of now, we don't know which one.
Henry, are you a vet? Shanti just said veteran. Really? Henry, are you a veteran?
Michael.
Is there a Michael here too? Killing.
Where?
Where was the killing?
Angela.
And there's an Angela?
I'm gonna sit down.
I got a Gary. I got a Gary. I got a Gary. I got a Gary.
The next video clip contains the same two women in the tower room as the previous one. They've decided to leave the tower room and descend the stairs. Listen very carefully as they're descending the stairs, and you'll hear the sound of someone sighing as they're heading downstairs inside the room.
Leave me. He says.
Well, let's go.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Yes, I'm tired. That's why I'm leaving.
The next clip was also recorded in the tower room. Several people are inside the tower room, but yet they're completely oblivious to the sound of someone screaming. They apparently didn't hear this.
So I didn't fully understand my leaders when I was saying.
recorded down in the cellar just outside the German prisoner's cell. It's the voice of someone screaming. This is the German prisoner's cell. 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 The following clip was recorded in a room that we know the least about in Pythian Castle. It's located in the cellar right behind the interrogation room. Many people have strange encounters in this room, and there's a general feeling in this room of not being welcome, and it's a very creepy feeling, and it becomes so overwhelming that most people wind up just leaving. We decided to conduct an EVP session down in this room. We were trying to contact the spirit of the German soldiers who were probably tortured in the adjacent room for information. One of the people commented that you do know that the war's been over for over 60 years now, and almost immediately an EVP voice replied, "Heil Hitler." This is the exact sort of confirmation that we were looking for in our EVP session.
You do know that the war has been over for 60 some years now. It's okay to talk to us. You do know that the war has been over for 60 some years now. You do know that the war has been over for 60 some years now. You do know that the war has been over for 60 some years now.
In the next clip, I decided to sit my camera down on the ground facing down the tunnel in the cellar. A strange whistling sound that I can't account for was recorded on the audio. None of us heard this, and I don't understand what the significance is. This is also something that I'd never documented here before.
They had to put something on it to where they couldn't get in, and the coal shovels are small.
And they're square.
Yeah.
And the coal shovels are small. And the coal shovels are small. And the coal shovels are small.
This clip was recorded at around 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd gone down to the end of the tunnel in the cellar with one other person. Our goal was to make contact with the ghost we call Mr. Boots. We don't know what his true name is because he's refused to provide us with his identity. So we have no idea who this man is that walks the length of these tunnels. He speaks occasionally through EVP, but only on occasion. He's not big on communication through verbal means. Some people have seen a shadow figure down in the tunnel. We don't know if this is the same spirit or not. But when we were down at the end of the tunnel, we started calling him to see if we could make him start to walk the length of the tunnel. We weren't successful in getting him to walk the tunnel, but he did perform one of the things he's very well known for. He's notorious for banging on the metal pipes down in these tunnels, and if you listen carefully, you'll hear it's quite distinct, the sound of him striking these metal pipes down in the tunnel, and we are the only two people down there. Mr. Boots, can you come down here? He's here. The following clip was recorded at approximately 4 o'clock in the morning. There were still only 2 of us down in the tunnel, and we decided to leave for the evening. We'd reached approximately the halfway point down the tunnel when this sound of a metal pick striking rock was recorded. Again, there were only 2 of us down in the tunnel, so there's no accounting for what was triggering these sounds.